Okay, I know what you're all thinking. Why has it taken me a whole 3 months to release part 2 of this series? It's been so long, in fact, that my character even has a new design. Well, to make a long story short, I kind of lost my microphone. But let's leave all that in the past, because what matters is that we're here right now. And I'm finally able to present to you part 2 of my series, 12 Principles of Sticknodes. Also, did you guys know this? Look at that. Wow. If you tap on them, and then, yeah, no, fun little Easter egg. Try it yourself. Okay, wow. Okay, straight ahead and pose to pose is actually a really easy one. Basically what it means, pose to pose is planning your animation ahead of time, and straight ahead is just going with the flow. But of course you guys want me to visualize that. Straight ahead, like I said, you're going with the flow, right? So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Get them all posed up. I'm gonna stay 10 FPS. I don't care. Cancel me. I actually haven't animated in a minute, so let's have them do a little punch. And you know what? We're utilizing the other principles. Oh, if you haven't watched part 1, do that, please. Top right. Speaking about part 1, 33,000 views is insane. 33,000? 33,000? You know how many people, do you know what 33,000? Probably not. You've never seen that many people, have you? Yeah. I wish this dude had a neck. So as I said, you're going with the flow. That's what it means. Straight ahead. You're going straight ahead. No planning, no nothing. Just gonna have this guy do a little quick, simple 1-2 punch. It's also good to backtrack it. I don't know if I said that last time. It's good to go over the frames as you're doing it. I do one frame and then I go back to see if it matches the other frame. I don't think a lot of people do that. And I'm also say this, when you're easing, it's low-key like an arc. When you're easing, something I like to do is just put the body in a circle. Look at this. So, obviously he's gonna punch. Let's keep a good eye on this little square right here. It goes down, right? It goes down. Keep an eye on the square. You see the square? Yep, first easing frame. Then the second is in frame, he's gonna go down again. It's literally a circle. The square goes in a circle. And the rotation, I guess that kind of matters on the action. I get that's one of the things you just kind of learn as you go. You see the square, it goes in a circle. Let's get this arm ready for the other punch. Oh, look at that, beautiful. The arm does wobble a little. I don't like that. Wow, isn't that something? Look at the leg. You see the leg? Look at the easing for the leg. Down, down. Is it not going in a circle? I don't think we're visualizing this as much as I think we should. You see how it goes down? It's getting into that groove of going into a circle. I'm gonna do one more frame before I punch. Oh, it's also good to, yep, okay. Punch straight ahead. And then we're gonna anticipate even more. We're just gonna, yep, okay, yep, just switch, okay. No in between, so we're just gonna, boom. And then just like I said, in an oval, not a circle this time. Goes down again. You know what? I actually haven't gone back to the basics for a minute now. And there's the punch straight ahead. It actually looks pretty good. You know what? I'll pat myself on the back. This actually looks like a pretty good. It's smooth. It looks great. I won't lie to you. Yeah, I'll give myself a little pat on the back. This looks pretty good. Now this is straight ahead. Now we're gonna start a new project and name it punch, pose, pose to pose. If we were to do straight ahead, say he's trying to cross this gap, right? If we were to do straight ahead, how on earth would we be able to calculate, this guy jumping across the box like the way I did it with the punch? There's no way. That's why we do pose to pose. Pose him up. You know what? I won't do the punch. I've changed my mind. I'm gonna do him jumping. With pose to pose, of course. So there's the first pose. There's the second pose in the middle. I think you guys already get the idea. Second pose in the middle. Actually, we can move him a little bit. See, that's the thing with pose. You can plan ahead, and then you land. Boom. He lands. Now we get to add the in-betweens. There we go. That looks really bad, but it's okay. That's because we don't have the you know. So, you know, it's literally just you connect the dots. Add an in between right here. Boom. Let's add his frames. Now it's a little bit, I guess it's a little bit slower. I'm not sure. After this frame, we're gonna see how it's looking. That looks You know what? We'll double frame here because he's in the air, you know. Now let's add the rest of the frames. Now keep in mind, I did say that. I know for a fact I said this in part 1. The onion skins, okay? Make sure the onion skins are, you know, distance. It's jumping up pretty fast. The onion skins are you know, spaced farther. I did that on purpose. Now that he's in the air, he's gonna stay there for a bit. Look how close they are. And then, you know, they gradually get farther and farther away from each other. We're gonna also double frame here because, you know, he lands pretty hard and give him a soft landing. I really wish this dude had a neck, but there's the finished product. Looks amazing. I know. Now, this one was pretty quick, actually. Let's get a little side by side. I'm gonna export this. Boom. Blah, 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 blah. If, blah, 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 blah. And boom, there you go. Side by side is up on the screen now. You can tell, I guess, the benefits and the downsides. One downside of pose to pose, you know, if you want to change something about the animation, I guess you're gonna have to notice that a lot later. When you're doing straight ahead, you kind of notice that as you're doing it. So there you go. All right, on to the next one, which is actually principle. Okay, now that all the boring principles are out the way, it is finally time for my favorite principle. Wait, did I already do this? I have not. Okay, now that all the boring principles are out the way, it's time for my favorite art. Now this is perfect because the new Sticknodes update came out, which means I can change this guy into this guy. If you don't know what this guy is, it's just your regular Sticknode, but he has inverse kinematics. If you don't know what that is, I don't either. I'm about to Google it. Invert is a mathematical process used by robotics and computer animation to calculate the joints perimeter needed to place a kinematic chain in a desired precision and orientation. So if you got anything from that, you're way better than me because I did not. But you know, I think it's better to visualize it. Let's try and move this guy's arm. It works pretty normally. It's kind of just stretched. But when we go to move this guy, whoa, it bends. Now let's compare that to if I was to try to move this guy's arm. Yeah, it's in the same position with inverse kinematics. Without it, you kind of see where I'm going here. So this basically does the job for you, but I've actually never done an animation with inverse kinematics. So what I'm guessing, or what I'm picking up from here, this point right here, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just some fancy robot stuff, and it does the arcs for you. It also does it on the legs, I think. Yep, here we go. That's cool. That's a way better, you know, it really shows. Look at that. That's just it basically animates the kick for you. So to show you how much time this actually saves, we're gonna animate this guy doing a little kick. Okay, let's get you out the way and let's use arcs in the process. So I'm not gonna animate the full body, but let's see his leg go up, and let's see. I'm just gonna try and closely replicate what the robot is gonna do and see if I can come close. So the leg is gonna go up like that. It's gonna sit. I'm gonna do some ease in frames, anticipation, and now arcs is something you also just kind of, you know, the more you animate. Let's see how that looks. Perfect. Okay, the easing could be a little better. There we go. That's the desired effect. So let's just, you know, let me show you what was going on in my head while I was doing this. Okay, we've all seen the animation, right? The leg goes up like this. Now that's with an arc. Without an arc, leg would go in a straight line like this. You see how it bends before it makes it makes a little bend right here, okay? Instead of just going in a straight line. So that's basically inverse kinematics, and that's basically what arcs are. Kick, no IK. So this is the kick without any, artificial intelligence, no robots telling it what to do. Now we're gonna do one with the robot. Let's delete you. And here's this guy. So this is actually really confusing to do. Like, it's gonna go up, do some anticipation, and it's gonna stretch out, lean back in. This is scary easy. Look, I just replicated what? Okay, I won't lie to you. That just replicated what I did. I mean, it only took me 5 minutes, but I just replicated that in a couple seconds. This is what? Just to let you know, I've probably used the app once after the update. So, we're all experiencing this at the same time. That is insane. Oh my gosh. Okay, kick with IK. As always, let's export this so I can put a side-by-side comparison. Okay, side-by-side comparison is up on screen. I don't know if I'm the one that replicated the robot, or the robot was the one that replicated it. I've replicated what the robot could do. No, wait, I was here first. That is insane to me. I mean, you saw me move the limbs individually, and the robot was able to do it. I mean, with my help. The robot was able to do it in literally 5 seconds. Okay. At least this was a fast one. We're gonna go on to the next principle, which I actually don't know what it is, but it's gonna pop up with a text on screen. 3, 2. Okay, principle 9, and this is also a very simple one. I know this is going to be a quick one. It's called solid space. Now, basically what it means is we can see here, this guy is not three-dimensional. He does not exist in our world. He's 2D. I shouldn't say he's not three-dimensional. I should say this guy's 2D. The whole point of solid drawing is to make it appear as if he's not 2D. The whole point of solid drawing is to make it appear as if he has his own balance, he has his own weight, gravity. Like right here, this pose right here already doesn't cut it. If we were talking solid drawing, obviously, if you were to do this pose in real life, you'd have to keep your arm, you'd be like cautiously keeping your arms up. So a more realistic would actually be like this, where his arms are just to the side, nothing like that. But at the same time, you also don't want to do something that's called twinning, where you pose a character. Actually, it's the default pose. This violates the ninth principle of animation, or I guess I actually got it mixed up a little. This is actually the 11th principle of animation, but I'm doing it out of order. I have no clue why. I kind of lost track halfway through, but here we go. This is the 11th principle of animation. This one low-key violates it. Not only are we twinning, which twinning means, you see how these limbs twinning, you can see it right here, it's mirrored. Like this half is the same as this half. We don't want that. You could have like one hand on here, one leg doing this. Look at that pose. That's basically all it means. There's no real animation to give this off. It's just something you keep in the back of your head. Avoid this. Avoid mirroring your poses. Avoid having poses like this in general. You always want to make it seem like your character has weight. He's trying to balance himself up, and you always want to make it seem like your character is affected by gravity. That's all. What is it? The 10th principle? Wow, double digits. Principle number 10. I don't know what it is, but it's about to pop up on screen. Okay, principle number 10. We have hit double digits. That means there's only 2 more principles after this. This one specifically is timing. Now, it's low-key almost the same as easing. It's genuinely almost the same as easing. And it's actually very simple. We're going to actually have 2 of these guys. Now, timing is all about, timing. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. We're gonna have both of these guys make it to this guy. This is the finish line right here. We're gonna both make it to the finish line at the same time, but thing with timing is that they go at different paces. So one guy might start off slow and then speed up towards the end, and the other guy might, start off fast and slow down towards the end. To visualize that, we are gonna use, can you guess? He's right there. Onion skins. So like I said, this guy's gonna start off slow. His onion skin's gonna be pretty close to him during the start, and this guy is he's already booking it, you know. And this little thing right here, you see it, it's called tween frame. That already does it for you, but I'm against tween. I'll say it, you can cancel me. I'm against tween, and I think about everybody is. So like I said, let's go back to the animation. This guy starts off fast, this guy starts off slow. We can already see it here. Third frame, he's also still slow, but his onion skin got a little bit farther apart. This guy's onion skin is like that, so he's already winning, you know. But wait, this guy, he's losing energy. His onion skins are getting closer. This guy, he's preserved his energy, so now he's picking the pace up, you know. Now they're in a race. Is he gonna catch up? They both technically reached the finish line at the same time. This is actually a really bad example, and I do apologize for this. I really do. But you kind of get the gist of it. This guy, he starts off slow and speeds up towards the end. This guy starts off fast and slows down towards the end. But they both make it to the finish line at the same time. That's timing in a nutshell. We are on to principle 11, which I also don't know. You know what? I'm going to try and guess. It's... Okay, the 11th principle of animation, exaggeration. Now I kind of touched up on this on Squash the Stretch, but I actually have a really fun example for this one. And yet again, we're gonna bring out the segment. This guy's been clutch. So let's say this is a really heavy box, okay? And he's getting prepared to pick this box up. And what we're gonna do, let's just have him drag the box. Gonna come over here. I've actually never animated something like this. Maybe I have, I just haven't noticed. Gonna have him take one step. Okay, there we go. Went down to 5 FPS just because I don't feel like I'm lazy, okay? I'll say it. I'm lazy. But here we go. This guy's dragging the box. How do we exaggerate this? How do we make it look like this is a heavy box that he's trying to drag? Well, firstly, save the project, dragging it. We're gonna save a new one, dragging exaggerating it. I have no clue. I'm probably never gonna decipher this in a couple months. This is why you pick smart project names. Do not do what I'm doing. Actually, let's just reanimate the whole thing. I think that's a better approach. So we're gonna have stoop down and then try to drag it. And you know what? I'm gonna do pose to pose here as well. He's gonna stoop down, prepare himself to drag this thing, anticipation if you will, and then he's gonna stoop down like this. Stretch his arms out. Look at that. Isn't that exaggerated? I guess we can stretch the legs out too. And he's gonna go back into his original position. I want to actually make it loop. Look at that. Look how exaggerated that is. There we go. There's our little loop. He didn't move the box once. You know what? I'll move the box a little bit for him. All that hard work he put in, it's gonna move by 1. At least it moved a little bit. There's exaggeration. You know what? I'll say it. I'll pat myself on the back again. You can tell that's a pretty heavy box. Or maybe he's just weak and stretchy. I almost forgot the side-by-side comparison. Wow, this looks really bad now that I'm looking at it. I have no idea. I was mixing no clue and no idea. I have no clue what I was trying to do here. But here we go. You can see me exporting them. And you know what? I'll pop it up a little bit early. Side-by-side comparison now. There it is. I'm really proud of the second one. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Now, As you guys may have noticed, the title is 11 Principles of Sticknodes and not 12, and you might be wondering why that is. Well, the 12th principle is actually appeal, and it basically means your characters have to look interesting, they have to have dynamic shapes, stuff like that. And if you couldn't already tell, I'm solely an animator. I don't do stick making, and that's what it applies to. So that's why it's 11 principles, because the 12th principle isn't about animating. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This has definitely been the fastest I've ever worked on a video. It's been like a week, not even. It's been almost a week and I'm already getting it out. So yeah, microphone is back, new videos are coming soon. Don't even worry, I'm not going anywhere.